Hi, my name's Josiah, and today I've teamed up with Licked to bring you guys the top 3 tips for editing faster inside of Final Cut Pro. Now, tip number 1 actually begins before you even start editing, and that is to organize your media. It can be very tempting when you go to edit a project just to drag all of your media right into the first event and start editing. However, this is a really inefficient workflow, especially for larger projects, because it's going to get to the point where you're spending more time looking for the files you want rather than actually editing. Thankfully, Final Cut Pro has a feature in it that will do most of the heavy lifting for us. So to start, before you even drag any media into Final Cut Pro, make sure you split up your media into proper folders. I usually organize mine by whatever camera I'm using, so I might have a different one for my Canon or Blackmagic camera or possibly my drone GoPro, and then I usually have some other folders for like music and extra stuff like that. So once you've put your media into the proper folders, you can just drag that master folder into an event, and Final Cut Pro will automatically generate collections based on those folders. With your media organized like this, it's much easier to find the exact clip you need when you need it. Tip number 2 is creating custom keyboard shortcuts. Now, thankfully Final Cut Pro is laid out pretty intuitively, so it can be easy when you're first starting out to just really ignore shortcuts and just get along without them, but I can't stress how important they really are. So definitely learn your shortcuts, but what's even more important is creating your own custom ones. This can really help you save a lot of time. For instance, I've routed the delete function from the delete key to my function 1. This allows my hand to not have to reach across the keyboard every single time I want to delete a clip. That might seem like a pretty insignificant amount of time saved, but when you click the delete key, thousands upon thousands of times, it really starts to help shave down on the amount of wasted time in your edit. To create your own custom shortcut, go up to Final Cut Pro, Commands, and Customize. Or you could use the shortcut, Option Command K. This will bring up this awesome interface. This is one of my favorite things about Final Cut Pro. They just make it so easy for you to customize almost everything about shortcuts. So the way this works is on the bottom here, you have this huge long list of commands in different categories, which you can go through to find exactly what you want. So first you can select whatever key you want to change. So let's say I want to change F5 to do something. I click F5 and then find the command I want to do. Let's say I want it to use the blade. So I could drag that over and put that onto no modifier. Now when I have a click selected and I hit F5, it will blade the clip. You'll really have to experiment and play around with this yourself to figure out what shortcuts will be most useful to you, but I highly recommend it because it can really trim down on the amount of time it takes to edit something. By the way, if you like that song you're hearing, you should really check out Licked. They license chart music to creators to use in their videos, and your first song is free. So go click the link in the video description to get started. Now, tip number 3 is creating your own custom video and audio presets. I discovered how to do this about a year ago, and it has completely changed the way I edit my videos. Final Cut Pro's presets feature allows you to save all the settings and effects you've applied to a clip in the form of a preset to apply later on to other clips. So as an example, I have a bunch of effects applied to this clip for color grading that I want to save as a preset to apply to other clips. So once you have all your settings where you want them, you can click this Save Effects Preset button right down here on the right of your inspector, and that will bring up this new window. Here you can name your preset. I'll just call this Color Grade 1, and you can actually choose what effects are saved. So in this example, all I want to do is save my effects, so I'm going to uncheck the spatial conform, make sure that only my effects are saved, and you can actually choose different categories to save your effects in. Now if I go to that category or just search for my color grade, it shows up here as a preset and I can apply that onto other clips. So I'll go ahead and drag it onto this clip, and now as you can see, it's applied my settings, but I can still go in and change everything after the fact as well, and that won't affect my preset. So you can see how this is a huge time saver. I also have a lot of audio presets that I use for all my different microphones, and that makes editing audio a lot faster because I can just drag on my preset knowing that it's tailored to fit whatever microphone I'm using. And then from there, I can make further fine-tuned adjustments. And those are my top 3 tips for editing faster inside of Final Cut Pro. Be sure to subscribe to Licked Tutorials if you're interested in more content like this, and also check out the link in the video description if you enjoyed any music you heard today and want to license it for your own videos. I'm Josiah, thanks for watching.